Action, reaction, go. Action, reaction. I also like how they subtly hinted that da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da rhythm in everything.
Yeah. Get that Scar H, baby.
Delta.
Scar H.
Baby.
Oh boy.
Spawn in
Delta?
on me, homie. Where are you?
I don't know. You're not my squad.
Yeah, I'm a squad leader.
Are you?
Are we not on the same team?
I am Popo.
Yeah, I'm a criminal.
Shit. We'll just do a versus type thing.
Okay, cool.
We'll have a showdown at the meth lab or something.
Cool.
Where is the meth lab?
C.
It's a C, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, C.
Alright. I'm coming
run.
to get you, boy. I got my G18. I'm ready to kill you. Ready to get you killed, boy.
I just killed Bumpkin Knuckles.
No, I
thought I
see
said
that.
Blumpkin Knuckles.
Bumpkin Knuckles? That's kind of racist.
Blumpkin, yeah. How is that racist?
Isn't Blumpkin a racist term?
That's slang for a blowjob.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was slang for racist.
I'm at the meth lab.
I am too, boy.
I haven't been here yet. It's like these are made of Fanta.
I'm dead.
Oh, dude, check this out. Whoa, shit.
I saw that explosion.
Whoa. I'm not here anymore.
What do you mean?
I'm in Battlefield 4?
What?
Alright, well, I guess since now I'm in Battlefield 4, do you want to, I guess, do a comparison?
Yeah,
between this
sure.
and
Why not?
The Hardline beta?
Sounds perfect.
Yeah, why not? Alright, so, the Hardline beta, perfect. It's great.
Yeah, as far as betas go,
that's what Kellen is playing right now.
Like, it's
Yeah, it's like, possibly even more solid than, like,
the entirety of
how Battlefield 4 is performing right now.
Yeah, you're probably right.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we started off Battlefield in the beta. We did the Battlefield 4 beta, and it was just kind of like it was plagued by a lot of issues.
Yeah, but we were just like, it's a beta. Give us some time. Doesn't come out till October. We got months to deal with all this stuff. Little did we know.
Yeah, and they were like, yeah, this is the E3 build from like the spring of that year. So we're like, oh yeah, they got plenty of time to fix all this, and we were wrong.
Yeah.
When the game started, we barely could get into servers, and while we are playing on the Xbox One, that might make a difference, but it seemed to be a pretty universal thing, according to most everyone that plays this game on various platforms. And so it's just like, this almost ruined the series for me. Like, I was so disappointed in this. You know, like, I feel like you would know more than anyone how, like, Battlefield 3 was, like, my favorite game, like, top 10 of all time, right?
Yeah.
And I was the most excited for this game, yet it just, like, did not turn out well at all. And the rubber banding is so bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a problem that's...
Are you experiencing that?
I am not. Not currently. No. We are on the same Wi-Fi, by the way, just so you know. So it isn't...
Yeah,
his internet's bad. We're doing this, we're on the same internet. It could be a weird server, but I mean, it happens with every single server in Battlefield 4.
Yeah, well, like, this is a DICE server too.
Oh yeah,
so.
well, there you go.
So yeah, this is Battlefield 4.
Yeah,
what you're watching on my screen.
so immediately, like, I played the Hardline beta that came out in the summer around E3.
I didn't get to play that one.
Yeah, because it only came out on PS4 and the PC. And while I have a PS4 and a PC, I decided to go on PC. Played that. Thought I'd be bad at it because obviously we play on an Xbox One.
Oh, the
typically. And so I got on PC thinking to be horrible at it. I was still pretty good. I used to play a lot of PC FPS a long time ago, and it was okay. And I really enjoyed it. At the same time, I've had the same issue that a lot of people had, where they were just like, "Oh, this is just a big reskin of Battlefield 4." But honestly,
that was another reason why I wasn't really a fan of it at first. I was just
there's
what I was watching you do,
yeah.
And when I was watching everything on YouTube, it was just Battlefield 4 with cops and robbers.
Yeah, and well, there's a lot of subtle changes that I think make it different. And also, it just, like we said earlier, this beta runs so well. And even, like, I had a great time with the first beta. Like, I thought it was great, and the servers worked fine. And I was on PC, and I've had a lot of trouble getting PC servers to work. Like, I had Battlefield 3 on PC, and it just never worked for me like it did on Xbox 360. So I was really apprehensive at first, but it worked out, and it was great. And for the last several months, I've been begging Cornbread, or Dustin, whatever name you want to call him, to, give this some thought. And he wouldn't come around because, like we said, the whole Battlefield 4 experience was not desirable.
And while they have released the big patch that was to end all problems in the game, it's still, like, as you can see here, like, this is the brand new, like, maps that came out, like, 2 months ago, and I'm still having all these rubber banding issues. Like, hit detection isn't perfect.
Yeah,
and it's just like, at this point, I feel like it's almost unforgivable, just because, like, it's been out a year, almost a half at this point, and it should be running as a game should when it comes out day one.
Yeah,
like, it's just kind of
right.
like, if it takes a year and a half for a game to work, provided, I don't know, but, like, if it takes a year and a half for a game to work, there's something wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's just,
and that's
like,
the thing, like,
and, like, that's what we were talking about with the beta. It's just like, it works, and it just works so well comparatively to this game that it's just insane. It's like, I don't understand.
Yeah, it's weird, and it's difficult to really. So, like, I'm still nervous for this game. I don't know. I mean, this is just a beta. While it's open, not everybody that's thinking about buying Battlefield Hardline is gonna get the beta, and they're not all gonna play it. So we don't know. Also, it's only 3 maps and only 3 game modes. So we don't know exactly if everything's gonna be ship shape like we're
everything else is
shaping out to be. Yeah, but compared to the experience on Battlefield 4 starting with the beta, it's promising. And compared with how a lot of betas have been this year, like this past year, like I remember the Battlefield the first Battlefield Hardline beta came out right before the Destiny beta. And I think as far as any beta I've ever played, the Destiny beta worked better than anything. Like, it was a dream, and it worked exactly how the game did at launch, and it was great. And whether or not Destiny's a great game or whatever, that's debatable, and we're not going to debate that here. However, it's a game that works,
video that does
and
that.
Something that I think is something that you need to look at when you compare it to stuff like this, when that game was, seemingly so much more, and it had a bigger budget, blah, 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 but still, it's inexcusable that games can't work whenever you get them,
Yeah,
and that's what's so impressive about this, is that it seems so smooth compared to how the final product of the current day Battlefield 4 feels,
Yeah, like, the first thing I did when I turned on the Hardline and started playing it was I just, like, moved my, like, a cursor in a circle, like I just did, and it's just, like, it was so smooth. Like, it just, like, almost like a, just, like, buttery feel to it, just because, like, in Battlefield, like, I do that, or Battlefield 4 I do that, and there's just, like, a lot of, like, weird, like, choppiness and motion blur to it, but, like, in that one, it just, like, it feels, like, so much more smooth, like you're, like, playing a game that works. And, like, while, like, the look and feel to Hardline looks more like a Bad Company 2, like everything's not fleshed out to look as realistic as possible. Like I feel like they went for in Battlefield 4.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looks great. Like
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what it takes for it to work, is to not look 100% realistic or whatever. Like I don't care.
Yeah,
like
and
it's a video.
I don't
game.
care. Like a big thing for Battlefield 4 that we were all really excited for. I guess we shouldn't have been as excited for it as we were, but Levolution was a big deal, and we were like, "Oh, we're gonna crash a freaking tower! It's gonna be so cool!" But almost all the Levolution made the maps 10 times worse, and they were a lot of them were way too ambitious and really annoying. Whereas this, it's kind of understated. It's just a windstorm that blows through, and it takes like less than a minute, and then it's over, and then there's just dust everywhere. Whereas in like Siege of Shanghai, tower comes down, makes the server choppy as hell. You can't see anything, and then your game runs the risk of crashing. Yeah, then everything is just gray, and you can't see, and it just ruins the map. Same thing for like Flood Zone. You bust that thing, and then you just an already horrible map gets made even worse, and it's terrible. And then some of them just didn't have any cool Levolution at all. Like which one am I thinking of?
The first DLC, the whole China Rising thing.
That had none.
Like all the huge maps
had none whatsoever. And but I'm trying to think of one. What is it called? The big one with the Golmud Railway. Golmud Railway was stupid, in my opinion. Worst map in that game next to Lockers, just because it was so big, and they emphasized that vehicle combat, but it wasn't fun, and it was too big, and if you were unfortunate enough not to get a vehicle, which happened often, you were just stranded, and you had to walk for 10 minutes to get to any objective, and that just ruined the experience. Like it just was not a very fun and exciting thing.
And that's one thing that's really cool in Hardline is like while they took out tanks, and like I'm sure there's 2 or 3 people that might be upset by that. Like you can, as a infantry, you can start doing bullet damage against cars and stuff now, and that's just like super great because like you can actually do something as an infantry person. Like, you had to be an engineer in Battlefield 4 to do anything against vehicles, because they were the only ones with, like, rocket launchers, while, like, other classes might have explosion, like, a noob tube or a, like, C4 or something. Like, that's not going to do anything when you've got a tank rolling over you.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, it's really cool in Hardline that they're just like, yeah, here's a way for everyone to do damage against something, and make, like, just balance the playing field, where if you're in a vehicle, you don't automatically win the game unless you come across another vehicle.
Yeah. I agree. And I feel like the weapons are a lot more balanced. I feel like just the whole playing field is just a lot more even, and it's just a lot more exciting. One slightly disappointing aspect is that the destruction is way toned down, but at the same time, when you're in downtown LA and there's a bank heist happening, you don't want to destroy that city, like, as a cop or as a criminal, because if you get caught, you're going to have to pay for the death of millions, as well as all that property destruction. So it just kind of lends itself.
That does definitely play into the story.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so it kind of makes sense. And if it takes that limited destruction to make everything work really fluid-like, then I'm okay with it. Because that's something that I dislike in Battlefield 4, is that there was a lot of destruction, yes, but nothing ever worked, so it didn't matter. And if it was because there was destruction that there runs some strain on that server, I don't know, but whatever it is, it's fixed, and I'm happy. Like, I actually get to play a playable game that I can sit down and actually play without screaming, "What the fuck?" every 10 minutes. You know? And that makes me happy.
And, which I'm sure I've done at least once in this video so far.
Oh, hey, we win. All right, well, I guess that's a good time to roll it down. Basically, the theme here is we weren't sold on this, but this game turned us around. And compared to Battlefield 4, which you've been watching Dustin play this whole time, I just think this is a much smoother and nicer experience. And I gotta be honest, I'm really excited for this game. Like, really excited.
Yeah. And, like, coming from me, a huge believer in Battlefield 3, like I said earlier, it was, like, one of my favorite games of all time, for sure, for just the multiplayer. Going from that to Battlefield 4, which was the biggest disappointment of this generation to date. Like, wow. I'm so glad I got that on footage. But, yeah, the biggest disappointment to date for the new generation of consoles and the current generation of PC. Mm-hmm. It's just like, I'm really excited for this. Like, it had me at, it didn't have me at first because it was just like a reskin of Battlefield 4, but now it just, after playing it on the beta, the new beta, like, I feel like we haven't emphasized that, like, it's changed a ton since the first beta.
Yeah.
Like, it looks and feels completely different at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And so, after playing this beta, like, I am just almost 100% sold.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kellen said, we're still, like, very suspicious about how the full game is going to release, but I am very excited, and I am glad to see that DICE and Visceral have made a really great beta.
Yeah.
Visceral.
Yeah, I'm excited. Like, I think it's going to be good. I don't think I'm going to go pre-order it and make sure I get it at midnight still. However, I do have a positive outlook for it, and I think that it's going to be good. Only time will tell. However, I do have higher hopes than this than I did for anything else. So I'm excited. I think we're gonna get our second or third unbroken at launch game of this generation, and I'm very, very excited to see the future of it. So I hope you all enjoy it.
Okay.
Too.
One little quick thing. They fixed it in Battlefield Hardline. The pickup weapons you can actually pick up. Let's see if I can pick up the Schwarz. Yeah, okay, I picked it up. Okay. Well, I'll just cut this part out.
Good idea.
But check this out. Sploosh. Oh, well, he died. My life is... Alright. Quit. Alright, well, good talking to you guys. Adios.
Yeah. See ya. Thanks for watching.